Have you noticed how quiet momentum feels? Desk lamp glow, rain outside, a steady rhythm. Soft gold resting on the notebook, late night colors on the wall. The speakers hum beneath the silence, barely speaking at all. Coffee rings and margin notes, a skyline made of light. Everything moves a little slower after 1 at night. The room becomes a refuge, the city turns to tone, the groove becomes a guide. Soft gold on the desk, soft gold on the desk. Let the hours drift, let the hours drift. Headlights sweep across the ceiling like brushstrokes in the dark. A distant train becomes a whisper passing through the park. Nothing loud enough to break it, nothing asking for control, only quiet concentration moving through the soul. The rhythm holds the moment holds the light, everything aligned. Soft gold on the desk, soft gold on the desk, soft gold. Let the hours drift, let the hours drift. One more page, yeah. broken, curtains half drawn, every quiet second stretching till dawn. Let the signal wander, let the moment stay. Nothing rushing in this golden wave. Golden brow grew soft and slow. Night keeps humming. Can a quiet room change the shape of time? Streetlight dust, soft reflections, a low groove begins. Streetlight dust across the tabletop, golden patterns on the page. The city hums beyond the curtains, like a distant stage. A record spins without direction, the bass line walks below. Every hour feels suspended inside a slower glow. The night settles softly, the room settles too. Everything grows clear. Streetlight dust and slow ideas. Streetlight dust and slow ideas. Let them drift a while. Let them drift a while. Rain gathers on the window, turning neon into streams. A coffee cup beside the keyboard, holding on to fading steam. Nothing asks for attention, nothing asks to be explained. Only quiet concentration, moving through the frame. The city keeps unfolding, the groove keeps holding space. Everything finds its pace. Streetlight dust, slow ideas. Streetlight dust and slow ideas. Let them drift a while. Let them drift a while. The lamp stays on, the pages wait. The rhythm moves without a plan. Streetlight dust and slow ideas. Streetlight dust and slow ideas. Let them drift together somehow, like everything slows into honesty. Yeah. Don't chase the thought, let it arrive the long way. Let the night move slowly through you, line by line, breath by breath. There's no rush inside this rhythm. A cursor blinking in soft patience, like a tiny city signal. Rain starts, then changes its mind. Your head traces circles on the edge of the desk. Small unconscious rhythms that belong to no song. The rules said nothing, but helps anyway. Hey, don't chase the thought, let it ride the long way. Let the night move slowly through you, line by line, breath by breath. There's no rush inside this rhythm. Maybe focus is just surrender with a better let the night move slowly through you, line by line, thought by thought. Everything lands when it should. The city keeps going. You stay here. Some nights never asked to be remembered. Low glow, soft air, vinyl turning. The room is floating somewhere between the city and the rain. Golden colors on the tabletop, tracing patterns once again. A notebook waits beside the coffee. The speakers hum below. Every hour feels suspended inside a slower flow. The night unfolds in layers. The rhythm holds the frame. Nothing needs to hurry now. Where the warm light stays. Where the warm light stays. All the noise fades away. Where the warm light stays. Headlights drift across the ceiling like waves beneath the moon. A distant train becomes an echo, then disappears too soon. The city feels alive. No need to make it last. The groove already knows where the warm light stays. Where the warm light stays. All the noise fades away. Where the warm light stays. The room grows wider. The mind grows quieter. A single chord, a steady pulse, everything connected. Can you see the glow beneath the rain? Soft reflections, city lights, a warm room away. The glow beneath the rain arrives on the window after one. Streetlights melting into color, like rivers slowly running home. Coffee waiting near the notebook, steam rising through the blue. Every sound becomes a shadow. Every shadow moves with you. The night grows softer around us. The rhythm settles below. Everything begins to slow. The glow beneath the rain. The glow beneath the rain. Let it wash the hours away. Let it wash the hours away. A passing train becomes a whisper, fading through the distant dark. The city hums beneath the weather, like a slow and patient spark. The lamp shines on unfinished pages. The speakers breathe in gold. Every thought becomes lighter. Every line unfolds. Nothing waiting in the future. Nothing holding to the past. The groove remains enough. The glow beneath the rain. The glow beneath press onward. The groove remains. Have you seen the rain turn gold beneath the streetlights? Golden reflections, late night air, a slow groove waiting. When the rain turns gold on the avenue below, every passing light becomes a river moving slow. Coffee resting by the speaker, steam fading into blue. The city feels a little softer than it usually does. The weather changes texture, the rhythm changes time. Everything falls into place when the rain turns gold. When the rain turns gold, let the feeling roll. Let the feeling roll. The headlights bloom across the windows like watercolor in the night. The room becomes a quiet harbor filled with amber light. The notebook gathers small reflections. The lamp glows low and warm. Every thought becomes lighter inside the storm. The city fades to color, the silence fades to tone. The groove remains when the rain turns gold. When the rain turns gold, let the feeling roll. Let the feeling roll. The rain keeps falling, the room keeps glowing, the rhythm keeps moving without a sound. When the rain turns gold, when the rain turns gold, when the rain turns gold, let the feeling roll, let the feeling roll. When the rain turns gold across the midnight road, when the rain turns gold, everything slows. Rain keeps shining under the streetlights. What if the light stayed exactly like this? Golden reflections, quiet focus, the night unfolding. Right across the work table, falling softly on the page. The room becomes its own horizon, far away from all the noise. Coffee steam rises slowly through the amber atmosphere. Every note becomes a companion. Every thought becomes more clear. The city hums below the window. The rhythm hums below the room. Everything finds balance. Light across the work table. Light across the work table. Let the evening flow. Let the evening flow. The train moves somewhere in the distance, the neon colors blur in rain. The hours lose their sharp edges and soften once again. The notebook gathers small reflections of moments passing by. Nothing has to be remembered, nothing asks why. The groove keeps opening spaces. The silence keeps them warm. Everything belongs. Light across the work table. Light across the work table. Let the evening flow. Let the evening flow. One more page, one more chord, one more thought, carried by the rhythm. Light across the work table. Light across the work table. Light across the work table. Let the evening flow. Let the evening flow. Let the evening flow. Light across the work table. Past the edge of nightfall gold. Light across the work table. Keeping every color warm. The lamp stays glowing. The groove stays moving. Some thoughts arrive quieter than footsteps. Soft monitor glow. Rain in the wires. Coffee breeze. there's a distance between soft thoughts, where the room holds its breath. Streetlights shimmer through the window, yeah. Slow gold against the desk, yeah. Rhodes chords move like memory, deep bass beneath the floor. Steady drums without intrusion, like they've lived here all before, yeah. Open pages wait without judgment, half a phrase still incomplete. The kind of silence that feels productive, warm enough to stay beneath. Hey, yeah. Let the pressure drift through the glass, let the heavy noise move past. Keep the volume low, keep the lamplight near. The quiet gets clearer here. The distance between soft thoughts, warm motion without being caught. The distance between soft thoughts, everything settles without force. Second hour leans in closer, screen light turning faintly blue. Old ideas returning, softer language, wearing shapes that almost feel new. Rain bites slowly on the window, silver lines without design. Every second feels less urgent inside this slower state of mind. Vinyl crackles, small and patient, saxophone like distant air. This kind of focus never asks too loudly, it just waits until you're there. Let the pressure drift through the glass, let the heavy noise move past. Keep the volume low, keep the lamplight near. The quiet gets clearer here. The distance between soft thoughts, warm motion without being caught. The distance between soft thoughts, everything settles without force. Lord, don't name the feeling, just stay inside it and let the moon finish the sentence slowly. The distance between soft thoughts, warm motion without being caught. The distance between soft thoughts, everything settles without force. Stay in the quiet, stay in the quiet. The page remains open, and so do you.
Some nights clarity arrives quietly. Low monitor glow, coffee cooling, soft rain at the window.
Oh, no Singapore.
Sound like he's with you.
Loose drum pocket, warm bass, well, dusty guitar chords.
As the cars roll by, back alley sunset, slow and sweet, city humming softly under our feet. Down, nothing in a hurry, anywhere in town. Let the daylight fade, let the groove stay warm. Little quiet magic in this evening storm. Back alley sunset, hold it tight. Golden fading Some nights the work becomes the atmosphere. Soft money to glow, coffee rings, vinyl breathing low. The room is thinking through the speakers, quiet cold across the screen. Lamplight resting on the notebook. Everything half finished, clean. Warm bass moving under stillness, steady drums without demand. Rose chords opening small windows into places left unplanned. But inside this hidden pocket, nothing needs to move at all. Keep the pressure low, keep the breathing even. Let the outside fade into the tone. After midnight, focus changes shape. The quiet starts to feel like a home. Warm silence in the processing loop, a slow motion. Inside the groove, warm silence in the processing loop. Everything falls into view. Second coffee still untouched now, steam long gone, but something stayed. Ideas circling without resistance, gentle forms begin to take shape. Keyboard pauses sound like rhythm, small decisions flow downstream. The kind of focus that asks for nothing except to stay inside the scene. Rain starts riding on the window, silver coat across the pane. Some thoughts only become themselves when no one asks their name. Oh,
What color does a slow thought become after midnight? Blue reflections, coffee warmth, a steady groove. The color of slow thinking, laugh somewhere between the lights, between the rain upon the window and the rhythm of the night. The speakers hum beneath the silence, the bass line walks below. Every hour feels suspended inside a softer flow. The city fades to texture, the room fades into tone. Everything feels aligned. The color of slow thinking, the color of slow thinking. Let it drift a while, let it drift a while. A train rolls through the distance, like a memory passing by. Neon bends across the rainfall, painting colors in the sky. The notebook waits beside the coffee, half a sentence left behind. Every line becomes a pathway through a quieter mind. No need to hold the moment, no need to ask it why. The groove already knows.
everything feel clearer after one quiet glow. Coffee warm, a city made of reflections. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. falls softly on the floor. Streetlights resting on the bookshelves, like they've been here before. The window gathers distant colors, blue and amber moving slow. Every thought begins to loosen inside the glow. The room grows calm around you. The rhythm settles deep. Everything begins to breathe. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. Stay inside the light. Stay inside the light. The train moves somewhere in the distance, like a memory passing through. Rainwater softens every outline into shades of midnight blue. The notebook waits beside the coffee. The thought remains. Every line becomes a pathway through the gentle rain. No need to chase tomorrow, no need to hold tonight. The groove already knows. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. Stay inside the light. Stay inside the light. One warm room, one soft rhythm, one slow hour still unfolding. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. Stay inside the light. Stay inside the light. The quiet glow of 1 a.m. Holding colors in the air. Quiet glow of 1 a.m. Floating gently everywhere. The city keeps shining. The groove keeps flowing. What stays awake when the city grows quiet? Paper shadows, warm keys, blue reflections. A notebook open near the window, half a sentence on the page. Streetlights painting slow geometry across the room in amber shades. The vinyl turns without announcing. The bassline settles in the floor. Every thought arrives more gently than the hour before. Nothing asking to be solved, nothing asking to be known. Just another layer of the night. Midnight between pages. Midnight between pages. Let the rhythm write its own lines. Let the rhythm write its own lines. Headlights drift across the ceiling like memories without a name. Rain gathers softly on the glass and then disappears again. The desk lamp holds a small horizon. The city hums beyond the frame. Everything feels unfinished in the most beautiful way. The silence grows a little deeper, the room grows a little wide. The groove keeps opening doors. Midnight between pages. Midnight between pages. Let the rhythm write its own lines. Let the rhythm write its own lines. No pressure, no hurry, only motion inside the tone. A quiet current carrying the mind. Midnight between pages. Midnight between pages. Let the rhythm write its own lines. Let the rhythm write its own lines. Midnight between pages, where the slow ideas arrive. Midnight between pages, keeping every color alive. The page remains unfinished. The night remains awake. Do shadows move when nobody is watching? Vinyl turning, low amber light, the room breathing slow. Shadows moving through the vinyl, across the shelves and empty chairs. The city glows beyond the curtains like a memory in the air. Coffee resting near the speaker, still warm against the night. every silence feels right. Nothing pulling at the moment, nothing breaking the frame. The groove keeps flowing on. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Slow enough to follow. Slow enough to follow. Streetlights flicker on the window, drawing rivers made of gold. A passing car becomes a whisper, then disappears into the cold. The notebook waits beside the lamp, half a sentence left behind. Every page reflects the rhythm of a quiet state of mind. The room becomes a harbor, the city turns to waves. Everything drifts in time. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Slow enough to follow. Slow enough to follow. One more record, one more hour, one more groove, holding the night. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Slow enough to follow. Slow enough to follow. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Through the soft electric blue. Shadows moving through the vinyl. Carrying the night with you. The record keeps turning. The room keeps glowing. Can weather have a rhythm of its own? Soft rain, neon reflections, warm air through the window. Soft weather on the boulevard, moving gently through the night. Street lights stretching into rivers made of amber, blue and white. Coffee cooling on the tabletop, the bassline walking slow. Every passing car becomes a part of the flow. The rain redraws the city, the groove redraws the room. Everything feels new. Soft weather on the boulevard. Soft weather on the boulevard. Let the evening roll. Let the evening roll. Skyline disappears in mist and slowly comes back through. A moving painting on the glass made of silver, gold, and blue. The lamp glows over open pages. The speakers hum below. Every thought drops a little farther into the glow. The city turns to texture. The silence turns to tone. The groove remains. Soft weather on the boulevard. Soft weather on the boulevard. Let the evening roll. Let the evening roll. The rain keeps falling. The room keeps glowing. The rhythm keeps moving without a sound. Soft weather on the boulevard. Soft weather on the boulevard. Soft weather on the boulevard. Let the evening roll. Let the evening roll. Soft weather on the boulevard. Across the midnight gold. Soft weather on the boulevard. Moving soft and slow. The rain keeps tracing lines across the city lights. What lives inside the space between signals? Blue glow, quiet circuits, a warm midnight hum. The city flickers through the window like distant thoughts across the sky. A desk lamp holds a small horizon while the late hours drift by. Coffee resting near the notebook. The bassline settles in the floor. Every sound becomes a doorway to something a little more. The room slows down around you. The rhythm takes its time. Everything aligns. The hour between signals. The hour between signals. Floating through the night. Floating through the night. Headlights trace the far buildings, then dissolve into the rain. The paper without ever feeling empty. The pages gather quiet moments, the speakers breathe below. Every thought becomes a current inside the flow. No need to search for meaning, no need to force a line. The groove already knows the hour between signals. The hour between signals, floating through the night, floating through the night. One soft pause, one warm tone. The city fades, the rhythm keeps moving. The room holds the last of the coffee heat. Nothing moves fast here. Streetlight broken across the bookshelf, small gold fragments on the wall. Your notes open but untouched, like they already said enough. The refrigerator hum in the background, soft percussion of ordinary things. A city never really sleeping, just lowering its voice. Some nights don't ask for progress, just presence. Stay inside the amber quiet, stay where the hours loosen slow. Everything becomes clearer when no one needs to know. Steam disappears from the mug, but leaves the glass half clouded. The cursor blinks without pressure, just marking time. A passing siren somewhere distant, already softer. Before you hear it, the room keeps making space for unfinished thoughts. Some nights don't ask for progress. Ooh, just presence. Stay inside the amber quiet, stay where the hours loosen what happens in the distance between two streetlights. Soft reflections, rain on the glass, a slow groove begins. Distance between two streetlights feels wider after one. The city breathing through the window like a low and distant drum. Coffee cooling by the notebook, golden circles on the page. Every thought moves without effort. Every hour leaves a trace. The room becomes a shoreline. The rhythm becomes the tide. Everything moves softly. The distance between two streetlights. The distance between two streetlights. Let it drift tonight. Let it drift tonight. Headlights slide across the ceiling, then disappear into the blue. A passing train becomes an echo, then fades from view. The lamp glows over unfinished pages. The speakers breathe below. Every moment stretches gently inside the flow. Nothing waiting at the ending, nothing asking to arrive. The groove already knows. The distance between two streetlights. The distance between two streetlights. Let it drift tonight. Ooh, let it drift tonight. One slow rhythm, one warm room, one quiet city. Why does the best part of the night arrive this late? Console lights, coffee steam, a distant skyline. Coffee cooling by the console, soft reflections on the keys. The city hums beneath the window like a faraway melody. Every monitor is glowing, every shadow moves in blue. The rhythm settles in the background like it always knew. The noise falls farther away, the groove comes closer now, everything slows down. Coffee cooling by the console, coffee cooling by the console. Let the night unfold, let the night unfold. Rain slides softly down the glass, blurring colors into streams. A notebook gathers scattered thoughts like pieces of a dream. The grove feels warm against the weather fades outside. Every note becomes a lantern on a slow and steady ride. No need to chase the feeling, no need to hold it still. The groove already lives. Coffee cooling by the console, coffee cooling by the console. Let the night unfold, let the night unfold. The city keeps moving, the room keeps listening, the rhythm keeps speaking without saying a word. Coffee cooling by the console, coffee cooling by the console. Let the night unfold, let the night unfold. Coffee cooling by the console, past another passing hour. Coffee cooling by the console, like a slow electric flower. The skyline fades to blue, the groove remains. City humming low and deep, you're half lost inside the sea. Fingers tapping out of time, still it somehow fits the line. We don't rush a place we've always known. Something quiet pulling near. We don't question why it's here. Stay with me inside the glow. We don't need to let it go. Everything we feel we hold in the last light on the dashboard. You say something soft and low, then you let the sentence go. I just nod, I understand more than anything you planned. Outside moving blurred and slow, but in here we don't let go. Every breath just falls in line with this rhythm, yours and mine. And it lingers in the space, in the way you turn your face. We don't need to make it last, it's already in the past. Stay with me inside the glow. We don't need to let it go. Everything we feel we hold in the last light on the dashboard. If the night begins to fade, we still keep the shape it made. Nothing lost in letting go, just a softer kind of hold. Engine low, the moment slow, scoped in light begins to close. We don't speak, we just know. Last glow, don't let it go. Soft echo, slow tempo, low light, feels right, feels right. Echo drifting down the street, blending with a distant beat. Every sound just melts away into shades of warm delay. Yeah. Echo drifting once again through the night and through your skin. Nothing sharp to break the flow, only tones that gently glow. Soft echo boulevard, carrying us far. Let it move you slow, feel the undertow. Soft echo boulevard, under quiet stars. Every step aligned is your state of mind. Ooh, stay slow. Street reflections start to bend, where the night will never end. Every motion feels the same, like a softly whispered name. Street reflections fade to blue, every tone comes back to you. Nothing more and nothing less, just a state of quietness. Soft echo boulevard, carrying us far. Let it move you Echo Boulevard. We don't need to go too far. Baby, stay inside the sound. Let it wrap around. Echo low, face low, What if the rain What if the rain already knows the rhythm? Studio glow, vinyl dust, midnight weather. Collecting on the window, tiny rivers in the light. The speakers hum a low vibration through the center of the night. The road drifts across the room like smoke above a flame. Every shadow moves a little when the bass line calls its name. The weather slows the city, the groove slows the mind. Everything falls into place. Rain on the studio glass. Rain on the studio glass. Nothing moving too fast. Nothing moving too fast. Headlights blur into watercolors across the darkened street. A coffee cup beside the console, still holding quiet heat. The hours lose their edges. The room begins to float. Every note becomes a current, keeping everything afloat. The city turns to texture, the silence turns to tone. The rhythm leads the way. Rain on the studio glass. Rain on the studio glass. Nothing moving too fast. Nothing moving too fast. glow. Why does every good idea arrive after midnight? Blue reflections, quiet speakers, a warm room away. The avenue dissolves in color beyond the edge of the glass. Traffic moving like a river, slow enough to let things pass. The desk lamp draws a golden circle on unfinished lines and notes. A bassline settles in the silence like something already known. The noise fades farther away, the rhythm comes a little closer. The room begins to breathe. The city thinks in blue tonight. The city thinks in blue tonight. Every light becomes a rhythm. Every rhythm feels alive. Coffee steam becomes a skyline, floating upward through the glow. Streetlights blur into reflections on the pages lying low. Nothing asking for attention, nothing pulling at the frame. Only quiet concentration and a slowly rising flame. The mind stops chasing distance. The groove takes over gently. Everything falls into place. The city thinks in blue tonight. The city thinks in blue tonight. Every light becomes a rhythm. Every rhythm feels alive. No sudden answers, no grand arrival, just momentum soft and steady. A low horizon inside the tone. Da, 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 da. night. Warm lamp, window glow, a city wrapped in blue. Yeah. The lamp beside the rain is glowing like a small and steady star, while reflections drift through puddles on the boulevard below. A coffee waiting near the notebook, the speakers humming low. Every thought becomes lighter inside the flow. The weather softens distance, the rhythm softens time. Everything unwinds. The lamp beside the rain. The lamp beside the rain. Stay inside the glow. Stay inside the glow. Headlights bloom across the window, then dissolve into the night. Blue and amber moving slowly, like brush strokes made of light. The notebook gathers fragments, the lamp keeps burning gold. Every page becomes a doorway for stories still untold. No need to chase the moment, no need to ask it why. The groove already knows. The lamp beside the rain. The lamp beside the rain. Stay inside the glow. Stay inside the glow. One warm night, one slow rhythm, one quiet room still. The lamp beside the rain. The lamp beside the rain. The lamp beside the rain. Stay inside the glow. Stay inside the glow. Stay inside the glow. The lamp beside the rain, holding back the midnight blue. The lamp beside the rain, keeping the night in view. The rain keeps falling, the lamp stays on. Does the room hear what the city forgets? Warm keys, low light, coffee steam in the glass. lines crossing the page. The window hums in distant colors, nothing asking for attention. A slow breath, a soft tone, everything finding its place. The traffic fades into the background, the rhythm settles in the chair. Thoughts are moving softer now. Stay inside the quiet flow. Let the night move slow. Stay inside the quiet flow. Let it carry you home. Streetlights floating on the glass, rain traces along the skyline. The clock forgets to matter, the room becomes a small universe. Paper lines, golden shadows, a rhythm underneath the silence. The city keeps turning somewhere, but nothing rushes here. Everything falls into time. Stay inside the quiet flow. Let the night move slow. Stay inside the quiet flow. Let it carry you home. No destination, no arrival, just the sound of staying with it. The glow remains, the mind grows still. Stay inside the quiet flow. Let the night move slow. Stay inside the quiet flow. Let it carry you home. Stay inside the quiet flow, and everything falls below. Stay inside the quiet flow, where the warm lights glow. The coffee cools beside the notebook. The city drifts beyond the glass. The night keeps listening. Do you hear the rhythm hiding in the stillness? Steam rising, low lamps, soft static. Coffee circles on the tabletop. Streetlights resting on the floor. The same record turning slowly, like 100 nights before. Keys and thoughts move side by side. Nothing forced and nothing fast. Only quiet concentration, built to last. Outside the world keeps moving, inside the tempo slows, everything begins to breathe. Coffee steam through the silence. Coffee steam through the silence. A warm line through the midnight. A warm line through the flow. Window frames another evening, blue reflections in the rain. A distant siren fades away, leaving only tone and space. The desk lamp draws a golden circle. The city drifts beyond the frame. Every detail feels connected without a name. No destination waiting, no finish line ahead. Only the groove unfolding. Coffee steam through the silence. Coffee steam through the silence. A warm light through the midnight. A warm line through the flow. Thoughts settle lower. Breathing grows deeper. The room becomes a quiet current, moving forward without resistance. Coffee steam through the silence. Coffee steam through the silence. A warm line through the midnight. A warm line through the flow. Through the silence, floating underneath the glow. Coffee steam through the silence, where the late night colors flow. The record keeps turning, the city keeps glowing. The night isn't ending. Headlights blurred through midnight rain. Soft static on the radio. Warm chords through the speakers. Everything moving slow. Freeway lights across your face. Blue glow on the dash. Every mile dissolves away into the aftermath. Bassline deep beneath the road. second bends in time, like rhythm through the mind. Velvet echoes by the freeway, slow motion in the gray. Everything's soft tonight under neon light. Coffee steam beside the sea, rain tapping on the glass, every signal fading low as the skyline drifts past. Streetlights melting into gold, a notebook on your knees. Every note becomes a wave carried by the breeze. Nothing here to understand, let the groove guide your hands. Every breath becomes a tone. Where do thoughts go when the city slows? Oh, no electric hum, tape hits, rain static, soft midnight road. Somewhere beyond the glass, a train moves through the dark. The room catches its rhythm, and keeps it. Monitor glow against the desk, coffee cooling in silence. The bassline walks in slow intention, pulling everything inward. No destination needed, just movement, just flow. Soft transit through the outer city, turning distance into texture. The screen reflects in the window like another unfinished room. A phrase begins without language, only feeling. The groove keeps carrying it without interruption. Stay inside this current, no sharp edges, no return. Soft transit through the mind. Everything falls into motion. Soft transit through the mind. Let the quiet take control. But slower now inside. When the city slows, low electric hum, tape hiss, rain static, soft midnight roads. Somewhere beyond the glass, a train moves through the dark. The room catches its rhythm and keeps it. Monitor glow against the desk, coffee cooling in silence. The bassline walks in slow intention, pulling everything inward. No destination needed, just move and just flow. Soft transit through the mind. Everything falls into motion. Soft transit through the mind. Let the quiet take control. wasting a low Rhodes chord. Midnight drifting through the blinds, falls gently on the floor. Streetlights drawing quiet patterns like they've done before. The city hums beyond the window, the room hums back in time. Every note becomes a lantern, every thought aligns. The night settles deeper, the groove settles too. Everything feels right. Midnight drifting through the blinds, midnight drifting through the blinds. Rainwater gathers on the glass, turning neon into gold. The speakers breathe beneath the silence, warm and slow. A notebook waits beside the coffee. The lamp glows low and bright. Every page becomes a shoreline for the tide of the night. The city fades to color, the silence fades to tone. The groove remains, a midnight drifting through the blinds, midnight drifting through the blinds. Let the hours flow, let the hours flow. The moon grows wider, the mind grows quieter. The rhythm keeps moving without effort. Midnight drifting through the blinds, midnight drifting through the blinds. Oh, midnight drifting through the blinds, midnight drifting through the blinds. Let the hours flow, let the hours flow. Midnight drifting through the blinds, past another passing train, past another passing train. Midnight drifting through the blinds, like a slow and gentle rain. The city keeps breathing, the groove keeps rolling. In a quiet room, hold the whole night. Soft vinyl, window reflections, a distant train. paints the glass in amber, lines of gold across the desk. A notebook open to nowhere, a rhythm settling in the chest. Coffee breathing gentle warmth, the speakers barely speak. Everything's slowing down enough to hear what silence keeps. No need to follow every thought, no need to make it clear. The groove already knows the way. Let the glow stay a little longer. Let the glow stay a little longer. In the space between the hours, everything feels softer now. Headlights slide across the ceiling like waves moving through the dark. The room becomes a floating island, suspended somewhere after one. Rain gathers on the window frame, neon colors drift and bend. Nothing asks to be remembered, nothing asks to end. The city keeps its quiet secrets, the room keeps its own, both moving in the same slow time. Let the glow stay a little longer. Let the glow stay a little longer. In the space between the hours, everything feels softer now. The mind stops reaching, the night stops rushing. A low frequency holding everything together. Let the glow stay a little longer. Let the glow stay a little longer. In the space between the hours, everything feels softer now. Let the glow stay a little longer. Past the edge of morning light, glow stay a little longer. Inside the rhythm of the night, the city fades into blue. The room keeps humming. One more page, one more groove. Soft lanterns in the fog, warm tape under the rain. Low rose through the speakers, night breathing again. Coffee steam beside the glass, streetlights bending gold. Every quiet passing thought moves soft and slow. Bassline deep beneath the room, late rhythm through the haze. nothing asking for control, only drift and space. Stay inside the undertone, let the low light guide you home. Every second breathing free, like waves beneath the beat. Soft linens through the fog, everything moves slow. Late night motion in the blue, where the warm grooves flow. Rain tracing down the signs, notebook near your hand. Every passing taxi light feels softer than planned. Blue reflections on your sleeve, smoke curling through the room. Every note becomes a wave inside the midnight bloom. And nothing left to rearrange, floating through electric haze. Every heartbeat slowing down as the skyline fades out. Soft legends through the fog, everything moves slow. Late night motion in the blue, where the warm grooves flow. No pressure in the dark, only warmth and tone. Somewhere in the fading groove, the whole mind slow. Soft lanterns through the fog, everything dissolved. Every feeling drifting low inside the amber glow. Rain fading past the trains, coffee cooling once again. Still the groove keeps floating on, long after dawn. Long after dawn. Ooh, yeah. What if the light never really leaves? Late reflections, quiet air, the city breathing softly. A window full of slow light looks out across the town. Neon fading into amber as the evening settles down. Coffee cooling near the speaker, a notebook open wide. Every thought becomes a passenger along the late night ride. The room becomes a rhythm, the rhythm becomes a place. Everything feels unhurried. A window full of slow light, a window full of slow light. traces lines upon the glass, like stories left untold. Streetlights drift across the ceiling in shades of blue and gold. The city fades into texture, the silence turns to tone. Every moment feels connected, even when alone. The groove keeps opening spaces, the night keeps holding time. Everything aligns. A window full of slow light, a window full of slow light. Stay a little while, stay a little while, stay a little while. One warm lamp, one quiet room, one steady groove, carrying on. A window full of slow light, a window full of slow light, a window full of slow light. Stay a little while, stay a little while, stay a little while. A window full of slow light, past the final passing train. Window full of slow light, softly falling back again. The light remains on the glass, the groove remains inside. Oh. Low blue light on the counter, soft static in the room, late rhythm from the speakers, everything in bloom. Corner table near the glass, notebook open wide. Every passing car below moves like ocean tides. Warm roads under quiet rain, basslines smooth and slow. Nothing pulling out of place, only undertow. Stay close to the tone, let the silence hold. Every second folds away into analog mode. Low blue corner stay, slow nights drifting late. Everything falls in line inside this state of mind. Steam rising from your cup, street hum through the dark. Every rhythm finds its place, like signals through the heart. Taxi lights along the rain, blue haze through the blinds. to a softer frame of mind. Nothing here to understand. Let the groove guide your hands. Every breath becomes a wave floating through the haze. Go through corner, stay slow nights drifting. Everything falls in line inside this state of mind. Morning somewhere far away, still the groove remains. Soft reflections on the wall, moving through the rain. Blue corner state, everything feels weighted. Every feeling moving free, like lights across the street. Last train fading through the rain. Coffee cooling by the page. Still the rhythm softly rolls beyond the grave. Low blue light on the counter, suit static in the room. Late rhythm from the speakers, everything in bloom. Corner table near the glass, notebook open wide. Every passing car below moves like ocean tides. I'm on roads under quiet, basslines smooth and slow. Nothing pulling out of place, only undertow. Stay close to the tone, let the silence hold. Every second folds away into analog gold. Low blue corner state, slow nights drifting. Everything falls in line inside the state of mind. Steam rising from the cup, soft static in the room. Late rhythm from the speakers, everything in bloom. Corner table near the glass, notebook open wide. Every passing car below moves like ocean tides. Warm roads under quiet rain, basslines smooth and slow. Nothing to shoulder leaning my way, coffee light sway. Dishes wait by the sink all day, phone face down, let it ring away. You hum wrong, but it lands just right. Turn this small room into golden light. Coffee light sway, stay with me a little longer. Coffee light sway, make the silence sweeter, softer. No big words to say, just your shoulder leaning my way. Coffee light sway. We can let the whole day drift, live inside this little gift. Nothing more than this will do. Slow groove more than me and you. Ooh, coffee light sway. And don't hurry. Ooh, coffee light sway. Stay easy. Coffee light sway. Coffee light sway. Yeah. Coffee light sway. 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 When did the room become quieter than the city? Amber shadows, low speakers, rain in the distance. A room full of amber quiet, floating underneath the glow. Streetlights painting gentle patterns across the books and stereo. Coffee resting near the window, steam dissolving into blue. Every sound becomes softer. Every thought moves through. The night folds in a rhythm. The rhythm folds into light. Everything feels unhurried. A room full of amber quiet. A room full of amber quiet. Let it stay this way. Let it stay this way. Headlights drift across the ceiling and disappear into the rain. The city hums beyond the glass like a distant refrain. A notebook gathers quiet moments. The lamp glows low and gold. Every page feels connected to stories never told. Nothing waiting in the distance, nothing pulling at the frame. The groove remains enough. A room full of amber quiet. room something softer. Low tape hits the window, rain, warm rose glow, a fading midnight pulse. Before the first light finds the room, everything feels suspended. The city no longer asks for attention, only distance. Coffee, resting in quiet surrender beside the notebook. Bass moves in slow certainty, like the final pages of a long part. Stay here a little longer, the night is still speaking. Before the first light finds the room, everything begins to soften. Before the first light finds the room, let the groove hold what remains. Rain becomes lighter against the glass, almost memory now. The monitor glow loses its blue edge, turning warmer. A distant train arrives softer than before, barely more than vibration. The room keeps breathing in low rhythm without needing words. No ending here, only transition, only drift. Before the first light finds the room, everything begins to soften. Oh, before the first light finds the room, let the groove hold what remains. Not goodbye, just a slower version of the same motion. Everything starts glowing gently. Before the first light finds the room, let the groove hold what remains. Night leans quietly into morning without breaking. What remains when the neon settles into silence? Late reflections, warm tape, the city slowing down. Blue light resting on a bookshelf, shadows stretching through the room. Traffic fading into distance like the ending of a tune. Coffee warm in tired hands, a low groove fills the air. Every thought arrives more gently, like it was already there. The night keeps opening slowly, one quiet layer at a time. The rhythm never asked for more. After the neon settles, after the neon settles, everything takes its own direction. Nobody keeps score. A notebook gathers fragments of ideas drifting by, floating somewhere in the balance between the earth and sky. The room grows calm around you, the groove grows warm below. The silence starts to glow after the neon settles. After the neon settles, everything finds its place. Everything finds its place. No destination, no arrival, just a low horizon inside the sound. Everything finds its place. Everything finds its place. Oh, after the neon settles, the night unfolds in waves. After the neon settles, the groove remains awake. The city keeps breathing beyond the glass. Can you feel the city breathing through the glass? Neon colors, coffee warmth, late hour stillness. The boulevard becomes reflections floating softly on the wall. Every passing light outside feels slower than before. A quiet pulse beneath the speakers, a rhythm underneath the room. The kind of night that stretches gently like a favorite tune. The clock keeps moving somewhere, but it doesn't matter now. Everything has found its pace. Neon across the notebook. Across the notebook, lines of light and lines of thought moving through the flow. Rainwater gathers on the window, streetcars fade into the blue. A distant city wrapped in softness, barely asking to be viewed. The coffee cools beside the keyboard, the lamp glows low in gold. Ideas arrive without resistance, quiet and control. No need to chase momentum, no need to hold it tight. The groove already understands. Across the notebook, across the notebook, lines of light and lines and you hear the sound beneath the streetlights. Amber glow, quiet air, the city half asleep. Streetlights painting long reflections across the corner cafe floor. A record turning slow and steady, like 100 nights before. Coffee steam climbs through the silence. The window gathers traces of rain. Everything outside keeps moving, but nothing feels the same. The room drifts deeper into rhythm. The rhythm settles into thought. The night opens wide. The sound beneath the streetlights. The sound beneath the streetlights. Slow enough to stay. Slow enough to stay. A passing train becomes an echo and disappears into the blue. Neon colors bend and soften across a distant avenue. A notebook waits beside the coffee, half a sentence left behind. Every page becomes a window into a quieter mind. No need to force direction. No need to hold the line. The groove already knows. The sound beneath the streetlights. The sound beneath the streetlights. Slow enough to stay. Slow enough to stay. One soft chord, one slow breath, the city fading, the rhythm the sound beneath the streetlights. The sound beneath the streetlights. Slow enough to stay. Slow enough to stay. The sound beneath the streetlights, holding every passing wave. The sound beneath the streetlights, keeping midnight awake. The lights remain outside. The groove remains inside. After one, everything becomes softer around the edges. Tiny reflections moving with your breathing. Outside, where pavement carries red and gold, like the whole avenue slowed down. A passing car folds light across the ceiling, then disappears without explanation. The room keeps holding what the day couldn't. Let the thought arrive at its own speed. Back into the blue room slowly, back where the pulse stays low. Somewhere between focus and dreaming is where the good thoughts go. Beside you stays half written, not abandoned, just waiting. Steam no longer rises from the cup, but warmth still lives in the ceramic. A distant siren bends around the block, already fading by the time it reaches you. Nothing loud survives this hour, only rhythm. Let the thought arise at its own speed. Oh, back into the blue room slowly, back where the pulse stays low. Somewhere between focus and dreaming is where the good thoughts go. Maybe clarity looks exactly like this, unfinished but back into the blue room slowly, back where the pulse stays low. Somewhere between focus and dreaming is where the night learns to flow. The window stays lit. Can you feel the shape of midnight air? Soft blue glow, window reflections, a record turning slow. The city drifts beyond the curtains, like watercolor in the dark. Streetlights sketching quiet patterns across the corners of the room. Coffee resting by the notebook, the speakers breathing low. Every thought becomes a shadow, moving with the flow. Nothing asking to be finished, nothing asking to remain. The rhythm carries everything, the shape of midnight air, the shape of midnight air. between the skyline and the glass. Headlights fade into reflections, then quietly drift past. The desk lamp holds a golden circle inside the quiet blue. Every moment feels connected without needing a reason to. The room grows a little wider, the groove grows a little deep. Everything settles in the shape of midnight air. The shape of midnight air, floating through the room, floating through the room. No destination, no interruption, only motion inside the tone. The shape of midnight air, the shape of midnight air, the shape of midnight air, floating through the room, floating through the room. The shape of midnight air, past another passing hour. The shape of midnight air, like a slow and quiet flower. The city keeps glowing beyond the glass. What if silence has a pose? Window glow, low static, midnight air, soft electric rain. Against the glass, the skyline moving in reflections. Loose notes from the speakers, like smoke through the room. My hands over open pages, but the words drift elsewhere. The city writes in amber lines across the desk. Hold this tone just a little longer, no interruption, no return. After one, everything gets clearer. After one, the noise falls away. After one, only rhythm remains. Tracing crooked shapes across the corner window. A passing siren dissolves before it becomes meaning. Steam rings on the wood, needle turns somewhere soft. Thoughts begin to align without being forced. No pressure, no proving, only movement, only tone. After one, everything gets clearer. of your name. I walked past where you were sitting, half expecting you to be still leaning back into that moment like it never left me. There's a rhythm in remembering in the smallest things I see, like the way the air still carries a trace of you with me. The room still feels like you, even when you're gone. In every quiet corner, you're still holding on. Not loud, not heavy, just somewhere in the view. The room still feels like you. Like you never moved. I let the record spin again, same one from that night. It don't sound any different, but it don't land the same this time. Still, I don't turn it off, let it play all the way through. Like maybe if I stay inside, it brings me back to you. Maybe nothing really leaves us, not the way we think it does. Maybe it just changes places and it keeps living in the dust. And maybe I don't need to fix it or try to make it new. If every quiet moment still carries you, still here in the nothing moved, but everything changed. Morning light comes through the window, same way it did before, landing softly on the same old places you used to fill before. Your shadow's not here anymore, but something still remains in the quiet way the room holds on to echoes of your name. I walk past where you were sitting, half expecting you to be still leaning back into that moment like it never left me. There's a rhythm in remembering in the smallest things I see, like the way the air still carries a trace of you with me. But the room still feels like you even when you're gone. In every quiet corner, you're still holding on. Not loud, not heavy, just somewhere in the view. The room still feels like you never moved. Nothing moved, but everything changed. Morning light comes through the window, same way it did before, landing softly on the same old places you used to feel before. Your shadow's not here anymore, but like it never left me. There's a rhythm in remembering, in the smallest things I see. Like the way the air still carries a trace of you with me. The room still feels like you, even when you're gone. In every quiet corner, you're still holding on. Not loud, not heavy, just somewhere in the view. The room still feels like you never moved. Never moved, but everything changed. Morning light comes through the window, same way it did before. Landing softly on the same old places you used to feel before. Your shadow's not here anymore, but something still remains. In the quiet way the room holds on to the echoes of your name. I walk past where you were sleeping. Red light glow, engines low, night air drifting, soft and slow. You lean back laughing, radio down, city breathing softly all around. Your fingers drum the dashboard, out of time, but somehow every rhythm falls in line. Soft traffic serenade, late night ride, every little worry slips outside. Soft traffic serenade, stay with me, rolling through the rhythm of the city. Slow drive, easy groove. Streetlights slide out across your face, amber gold, little quiet stories left untold. If the road keeps going, let it go. We can drift forever, nice and slow. Soft traffic serenade, late night ride, every little worry slips outside. Soft traffic serenade, stay with me, rolling through the rhythm of the city. Engines humming softly down the street. Serenade, serenade, serenade. night, soft glow, Main Street glass, a distant skyline. The last warm window shining above the sleeping street, a quiet square of amber holding back the evening breeze, coffee resting near the speakers, vinyl turning slow and low. Every thought becomes lighter inside the glow. The city keeps on drifting, the rhythm stays behind, everything slows down. The last warm window, the last warm window, stay inside the glow, stay inside the glow. Headlights bloom across the rainfall, then disappear again. Blue reflections cross the ceiling like watercolor in the rain. The notebook waits beside the lane, half a sentence left to find. Every page becomes a mirror for a quieter mind. No need to rush the moment, no need to hold it still. The groove already lives. The last warm window, the last warm window, stay inside the glow, stay inside the glow. Small light on slow rhythm, one calm still away. The last warm window, the last warm window, the last warm window, stay inside the glow, stay inside the glow. The last warm window above the midnight road, the last warm window where the slow thoughts go. The city fades to blue, the light remains. What if this hour ever needed an ending? Streetlight glow, vinyl dust, soft machine hum. Amber reflections on the desktop, neon breathing through the blinds. The room is full of quiet motion, small ideas becoming lines. The screen shines low, the bass rolls warm, everything moving in circles. Outside the city keeps speaking, inside the rhythm romance is back, slow and steady. Under the streetlight glow, we let the hours flow. Under the streetlight glow, nothing left to know. A passing train beyond the rooftops, blue reflections in the rain. Coffee rings beside the keyboard, soft focus settling again. The night feels wide, the room feels warm, every thought finds a groove. No pressure in the silence, no need to force the frame. The flow rides on its own. Under the streetlight glow, we let the hours flow. Under the streetlight glow, nothing left to know. Slows down, the noise dissolves, only movement inside the tone, a quiet momentum carrying forward. Under the streetlight glow, streetlight glow, we let the hours flow. We let the hours flow. Under the streetlight glow, nothing left to know. Under the streetlight glow, the city moves below. Another page, another hour, the lights remain, the groove continues. You didn't move away, but you didn't come too near. Somewhere in that space, everything got clear. Your shoulder almost touching mine, but not enough to claim. We've been dancing on that line without a name. You breathe a little slower now, like you're trying to decide if crossing over somehow would change what's inside. You stay close enough to feel it, but never cross the line. Every second we conceal it still falls right into time. We don't need to say too much, we don't need a sign, just that almost kind of touch, living in the line. like you're seeing both at once. What we are and what we could be, caught in that fun. Your hand rests on a table, fingers open still, like you're trying. Stay stable against your will. If I move just a little closer, would you meet me there? Or let it fold into the moment, like you always dare. You stay close enough to feel it still. We let it breathe every time we almost reveal it. We choose to leave. We don't break the tension now. We don't force the line. Just the way you hold it down keeps it alive. Yeah. You finally lean back slow, like you want something small. But I think we both know we didn't move at all. Soft space, warm air, almost there. Can a moment stay without being held? Blue hour, coffee rings, a room full of tone. Coffee rings in the blue hour, resting quietly on the desk. The city painted in reflections, soft and slightly out of focus. Rain gathers on the window, the speakers hum below. Every sound feels connected to the rhythm moving slow. The night opens another chapter without turning a page. Everything settles deeper. Coffee rings in the blue hour. Coffee rings in the blue hour. Stay a little longer. Stay a little longer. Streetlights blur into watercolors across the darkened glass. A distant siren fades away, then quietly drifts past. The notebook waits beside the coffee, half a sentence left behind. Every line becomes a pathway through a slower state of mind. The city